our parents. My bro and I and my sister wanted you all to be together because we have that wonderful bond of family and love. And I so much appreciate everybody's being here today. I love you all. And this is the gang. You know what? We're the oldies now.
You're the young one.
Except for my friend Carolyn. She's a little bit, she's the senior, but she's gorgeous, and so she's a wonderful friend. I've known her for 30 years. And I'm so glad to meet Aaron today and my nephew Tim. It's been a long time. Jamie, I've seen you. Mark, I haven't seen you a whole lot. Colleen, we're so happy you're here today. And I met Tyson today, and wonderful children, beautiful kids, Logan.
You guys are doing a great job.
Logan and Eli, you both have so much energy. It's very inspiring. And my daughter Hannah, my boyfriend Gary, and here's my son-in-law Aaron, and Mr. Tristan in the background. He's related by just being our adopted family. So we want to honor Dad today. As you know, Dad passed at 93 years old, the oldest family member ever was.
That we know of.
Maybe somebody in the past.
Dad really made a difference.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
It really helped Dad. It really did.
So we're going to open up this time for people to have any reminiscences of Dad or Mom too, because the legacy above all, their legacy, as we spoke on the day that we poured ashes for Dad, and Russ, my bro, did the honors of pouring Dad's ashes into the Rose Garden at Pleasant Hills Cemetery. The heritage that we have is that he and Mom were devoted Christians and prayed mightily for this family to believe in the love and the strength and the power and the saving grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. And the mercy that is shown upon us for our weaknesses, our faults, our failings, our sillinesses, and but most of all the love that we share and that unites us all in the bonds of love for one another. I'm so happy to see you all. And I'm going to start crying, so I'm just going to stop.
No, Mom, don't cry. It'll make me cry.
When we see you guys on Facebook, Shirley and I, we start praying for you.
Yeah.
If you want some prayer, we're here for you. If you have any comments, you feel a little shy coming up and talking about Mom or Dad, Shirley's got her little video camera built into her camera. And if you can say something that you remember, you know, we'll just do it casually. Come by and talk to Shirley, and she'll record something.
And
kind of leave it.
Yeah.
Stories
and if you don't like
memories.
Something you've done, tell her and she can edit it. That's American, modern
ingenuity. So anyway, we love you all.
Yeah.
And thank you for being here today.
Okay. All right.
He loved to fish.
The fishing
Yeah.
at Manzanita Lake,
Yeah.
Gladson National Park.
At Gladson. And we were on a boat in a lake, and it was really early morning. We haven't even had breakfast. So I caught the picture of the fishes over there, and I guess it's about that big.
It was a good big trout.
Rainbow trout. Wow. And you know, we were in the boat, and it was so huge, but he helped me reel it in, and it got off the hook, and it jumped back into the lake. And Dad reached down, picked it up, threw it in the boat.
He grabbed that fish. He was not going to let that fish go.
Yeah, so, you know, it was so fast. I never saw Dad just react that fast.
And there was a man. Remember a man that was there too? And he said, "You shouldn't have done that. Your kids could have fallen out of the boat."
Oh.
And Dad said, I wouldn't worry about it. They all can swim.
They must have not had a life. In those days, they didn't require to wear a life jacket.
No life jackets, no.
Do you remember some of our camping trips?
Oh, they
Yes.
were lovely.
Well, we went to Mount Madonna,
Yeah,
and one time it must have been a raccoon. We were sleeping in a tent.
yes.
Remember, and Dad got up, get out of here, you know.
Yeah, that's right. The lady from across the campground said, "It's all right, it's just a raccoon." But Dad, I think that was the epiphany of our family, though, don't you think, Diana and Russ? That
Camping brought us together really close.
camping was what really, we all worked together as a team.
Yeah, Mom and Dad were really great at packing. They could just get it done.
Yeah.
It was really organized.
Mom would always forget something. Remember?
They did?
It was either a can opener or a serving
Matches.
spoon. Or,
Matches, something would be forgotten. Finally,
Yeah.
she wrote out a list. And it was like a master list, and she never forgot anything after that.
The master list.
Yeah.
we went to Sunset Beach, remember? Went body surfing, Dad and I.
Yeah.
And,
You know, we went to Sunset Beach. Okay. After World War II, there were tents that were like surplus. And Dad got one of these tents. And you had this old-fashioned canvas,
World War
oiled
II
canvas,
canvas
was
tent.
very heavy, but the tent did not have a floor. And so when we went to Sunset Beach one time, Dad set up the tent with Mom, but it rained cats and dogs. And we were in the sand, and water came in the sand. We all got wet, and so Dad got out in the pouring rain and dug trenches around.
He did that many times.
Yes.
So funny.
So that the water would be channeled out around. Remember that old tent, Russ?
oh, yeah.
The green one?
Yeah,
Gosh,
big
I
poles,
remember that.
big old heavy thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of tents, you know, I remember one time like having to camp with Grandpa, and I did not sleep a wink because he snored so bad. And if there's one thing that really was commemorable about Grandma is having to put up with that snoring for all those years.
Speaking of camping in tents, I don't know if my sister realizes something about Yosemite National Park. We went camping, and I was really tiny, and Russ was pretty little. Diana wasn't born, but guess what happened? Somehow in the middle of the night, there was 9 months later a little baby born.
Yeah.
Guess what the baby was?
Wait, you were in the tent?
I was in the tent, but I didn't know any difference. I walked out. I mean, yeah.
That is awkward. Thank you. It's great now.
Jesus.
Well, those remember those pancakes, how great they taste? Something about being out in the camping, you know.
Yeah.
And hot chocolate in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Dad and I would get up early and fix breakfast.
Yeah.
That was special.
Oh, you know, one time we were at Mount Madonna, and we had an aluminum pan.
Did he get out?
Oh yeah, it melted.
And it melted during s'mores, and the aluminum pan actually melted into the fire. That was weird.
That
Yeah.
was strange.
Yeah. Anybody else have any
Memories.
memories?
You guys are old. He was never really living with you.
You met your great grandpa when your mommy and daddy got married.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also like it for
You had a lot of toys.
Cute.
Well, I think maybe that maybe you all don't know what the last day, couple of days that Dad was in the hospital bed, and Diana was with us through a lot of the times there at the end. And Dad had a very quiet passing. I had a cot next to Dad, in his hospital bed, and about 2:30 in the morning, all of a sudden I woke up and it was very quiet. So I knew immediately what had happened. I didn't hear Dad's breathing, so he had passed away. It was a very quiet time, very peaceful. So it was good. We had a very good passing. It wasn't a big struggle or anything. So God was with them all the way through. So I don't know if you had heard about that. You know that it was a very quiet and loving time. We're very grateful for that.
Wasn't he humming?
He was humming a
He
lot.
hummed a lot. I remember him always humming and singing little tunes.
Whistling.
Christian tunes,
Like up
little
until
hymns.
the day before, actually, he would kind of hum along because Mom had a CD playing in his room, and it was a worship CD, and it was one that he's probably listened to hundreds of times over the years, probably. Yeah. And he would just hum along too. It was just the sweetest thing. I got a recording of it, so I can share it with anybody who's interested in hearing it. It's really sweet.
For the music or Dad is.
Dad, Grandpa, and the music coming along. Yeah, it's really sweet.
I think that concludes everything. Okay.
And his tree was growing over in our yard, and Grandma's like, who cares, just go steal the cherries. And so he would go over, then we would take the cherries off the tree, and then next year he cut the branches off. So we weren't able to pick the cherries off the tree, and so that was kind of funny.
Funny.
And then Grandpa always tried to do jokes, and they were cute more than like realistic. You know, like he would say things or like try to pop something out, or I got your nose, and kind of funny.
You remember the hand? Did you ever get the hand?
I
Remember, like, gotta grab my hand.
That one, I think he tried to do the coin thing a couple times too.
Oh yeah, the disappearing coin.
Yeah, it didn't work
no.
that well.
Right,
So we would laugh, but it was like laughing with him, not, you know, it was like, oh. It was really cute.
Did he ever say to you, hit my hand as hard as you can?
That's what I was just thinking of.
Diana was just thinking, hit me as hard as you can. We could never hurt him.
I know.
As hard as we try.
Or you remember the dollar bill trick? If you can grab the dollar bill and you let it go, well, you know, your hand be down here.
Yeah.
You say, well, if you can catch it, it'll be yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things I remember.
Thank you, Polly. Thank you. Hannah. What? Come on, Hannah. Come on. You and me. Come on, come on.
Hold on one second.
Well, there's one thing that I always remember Hannah and I did with Grandpa, and some of you may have heard this already, but Grandpa had a rocking chair, which you can see it in one of the pictures, and it just was, I don't know, a famous rocking chair, and whenever Hannah and I wanted to get candy, because Mom would never give us any money for candy, we'd like dig all in Grandpa's rocking chair, and tip it over and shake it mightily to try to get any money out of it, and then we thought we struck it rich whenever we got quarters, because we could go down to the store and buy candy with it.
Okay, well, I guess the one thing I remember about Grandpa is him being like super religious. Is we used to love New Kids on the Block, like back in the 90s.
Oh, gosh.
And Grandpa wouldn't allow us to watch New Kids on the Block. So I remember one time actually Yvette had like a friend with like New Kid on the Block videos or something.
Yeah.
So we had to like smuggle them in the house with Grandpa.
And I had the poster.
Yes.
And I put a poster up in my closet because I could hide all of my clothes over the poster so he couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And also just some kind of more recent memories of Grandpa. You know, Mom took care of Grandpa in his last couple of years, and it was really hard at times, but you'll see there's actually a note here. It says, Dad, I'm taking a shower, I'll be out soon, Paula. And I asked her to bring it because, like, you know, she couldn't really leave him for more than about 5 seconds. Because then he would, you know, want to come and find her. And I think he actually walked in on you one time in the restroom, if I remember correctly. So she'd leave him notes, like, everywhere, all over the place in the house. So if she needed to get up and use the restroom or something, she'd whip out one of her little notes and leave it at the table, and then he'd pick it up every 5 to 10 seconds and read the note. And I'd be sitting there with him, and like, oh, where's your mom? But, oh, she left you a note, Grandpa. He'd pick it up and read it over and over and over again.
It worked.
and it worked. And some other just kind of little funny quirks. Mom bought Grandpa a new pair of sweatpants and underwear, and I don't know, for whatever reason he didn't like the elastic in it, so one morning Mom got up and caught Grandpa leaning over the garbage can cutting the elastic out of his underwear and his sweatpants. And then Mom actually, there was another time I think you got him something and you didn't know why he was walking around holding up his britches, and then you found out later it's because he had cut the elastic.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Because they were falling down.
He was cutting socks years and years ago.
Yes.
20 years ago. He didn't like them. They were tight, you know. That's where it started.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, I just remember Grandpa was also a scary driver.
Yeah, with the stick shift.
With the stick shift. Like, and he would, you know, he could be going for a second, he would like jerk it really hard and everybody would I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, yeah. We used to have really great times. One year I came out with Dad would take us out, we'd go picking blackberries. You can't get up under the bushes. One year I brought a ladder out, and we climbed up on top of these bushes, Dad and I we were picking blackberries from the top of the bush off these ladders that we had climbed up on there. And we had so much fun picking those blackberries. I used to just come out with shorts.
But I remember you had a ring of blue around your face.
We had so much fun doing that. We did that for years. Mom used to make the best blackberry apricot pies.
Oh, yeah.
They were just great.
She was a pie maker.
She really was. One year we took some cardboard out. I forgot about that. We had sheets of cardboard. Blackberry bushes were so sticky.
Sure.
They'd pick you. So we just laid cardboard on the bushes. You'd pick what you can, then lay the cardboard against the bush, and lay on the cardboard, and you pick around the edges of the cardboard. It worked really well. It's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
We used to find some very interesting spots in Santa Rosa where we used to pick them.
Yeah.
They weren't too far. Dad had them all tagged. Every year it seemed like that. When blackberry season started, we'd come up to Santa Rosa, my wife and the kids, and we'd go blackberry picking.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, Tim used to steal them out of the bucket. Pick them. Oh, that's it.